All right, mic check 1, 2. Let's talk about some dumb shit. Larry Nassar. Y'all remember Larry Nassar, whatever his name is? He was that ex-gymnast sports doctor that assaulted a bunch of gymnasts, a lot of Olympians, and he also got caught with child pornography. They said he done messed around and got into a little altercation in jail. They said he was stabbed about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He got stabbed a lot in jail. But to be fair though, I'm all about second chances. So I really hope he pulls through so he can finish out the rest of his jail sentence. That's right, a judge in Tulsa, Oklahoma dismissed a Tulsa reparations case file by the last 3 known survivors of the Tulsa Race Massacre. If you're not familiar about that, check out this website. But basically, it was about a self-sufficient black community, Black Wall Street, that was burnt to the ground, literally because they were black. These are 3 of the last known survivors still fighting to get justice. They're all over 100 years old, all of them. Still fighting and still getting denied. Crazy. And it reads, I quote, "But the city of Tulsa asked for the suit to be dismissed, arguing that simply being connected to a historical event does not provide a person with unlimited rights to seek compensation from any project in any way related to that historical event." Simply being connected to a historical event. They're calling the Tulsa Race Massacre simply being connected to an historical. Like, that's what they dumbed that event down to. And basically saying just because you're part of it don't mean you can get money. Like, the nerve. But of course, in the same country, you can sue Red Bull and win over $10 million because it didn't give you wings. My guy Jamie Foxx is outside making his rounds and people are convinced he's a clone. And it sucks too, because Jamie Foxx, I kind of, not idolize, you can say idolize, I kind of mimic myself after him. I grew up watching the Jamie Foxx show. I like the way he delivered his jokes, his style of comedy. It completely matches with me. So I've always looked at him, and as creative as he is, who wouldn't, right? So to now hear that he's part of the weird club now, like he used to be one of the regular celebrities and now he's part of the cloned and somewhere we don't know what happened to him. Like, nobody will ever look at him the same. Like, there's always going to be a group of people convinced that he was killed and cloned. But I do find it kind of strange that we find all of our big celebrities or athletes to either be Illuminati or cloned. Meanwhile, Johnny Knoxville is a national treasure. So I want to discuss how we stay in our own head. Like, you hear all of this advice about how people say, you know, you're in your head, you're battling yourself, you convince yourself not to do things. But it's not until you actually acknowledge that you do it is when you can actually spot it when it's happening and remove it. Telling yourself the opposite when you're negative. So when I get in front of a camera, I'm like, man, ain't nobody gonna think about it. And that moment, instead of me ignoring it, acting like it's not happening, I actually go, ooh, there you go, trying to talk yourself out of going for something you want, lock in, and then I boop, turn on the camera and go. Literally every time I record, it's always an internal battle of, because this is nerve-wracking. Like, a lot of people, you sit in a room, talk to a camera to yourself off the head. That's tough for a lot of people, but I choose to do it because I actually love doing it. And that's the only decision that I've made from when I wasn't doing what I wanted and when I was. I just decided that I was going to do what I wanted and not stay in my head. So literally now I've taken that outside of what I make here and I apply it in real life and work in life. I just say what I want and do what I want, but not in a disrespectful, I'm the shit way. Like, if I think something's a great idea, I'm 9 times out of 10 gonna act on it. That may sound simple, right? But there's a lot of people out there who do not act on a lot of decisions because they think themselves out of it. You pull yourself out, no one else does. That's how trippy that is. When you stop doing something that you want to do, that you know it's right, it's you that stop. There's no one with a gun that says stop. There's no one restraining you. You literally decide, I'm no longer going to do this. That's how much control you're really in. So think about if you learn to literally decide to go for X, Y, and Z. The same way you can shut down a whole operation. The same way you can say you're on a diet. My birthday is coming up. I mapped it out 90 days. I've done my calories. You can do all that research. I paid a trainer, nutritionist, whatever. There's still a moment where you eat a burger, you eat off your diet, right? Everybody. It's rare that somebody goes strictly through. And usually when they go strictly through, what they do, they go to the other side. You don't even recognize those people anymore. They go from being like heavy to just these David Goggins motherfuckers. You see how opposite David Goggins was of himself? He made a full transformation that instead of talking myself that way, I'm going to talk myself this way. And that is as simple as it is. So what I'm saying is, when you wake up now, start talking yourself in the way you want to go, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it feels weird in the beginning, because you don't want to be comfortable talking yourself off the ledge. You don't want to be comfortable selling yourself short. You don't want that to be your comfort zone. Think about it. That's some of you guys' comfort zone. Your comfort zone is to bag out of the spotlight and go be mediocre. It's to shut your light down just a little bit low. Like, I don't need nobody to see my light. That is literally what you're doing. You're comfortable at the low level. So everybody goes through their moments where they have those aha moments and they start getting comfortable at the high level. And I feel like that's where I'm ascending right now. I'm comfortable experiencing the high, experiencing being 100% myself in any room I go in. I play the music I want to play. If I could be at a light, I could be bumping rap, drug talk stuff, and I'm sitting there windows down, or it could be R&B, pop, Ariana Grande. Like, if I like the song, I'm blasting it. And I say that because at one point, fellas, you can relate to this. You know what I'm saying? You can be listening to that R&B, but if people pull it up to the light, you know, so you try to turn it down and put it on another station. Because, you know, you don't want to come off soft. That's how we used to think. I don't care now. I'm not going to miss out on hearing my favorite songs as loud as I can because of this random person who I'm never going to see again driving next to me. I'm going to ruin my drive. I'm going to ruin my car moment. You see what I'm saying? Judge me if you want. Don't care. And that's when you're able to do this. I can look right into this camera and speak and believe that I'm going to entertain and educate people. I believe that. No one can tell me different. Someone can come to me and be like, man, you just a low budget. No one can tell me I tell myself all the time, I just don't have the eyes. I feel like I got the best shit out right now. I just say it. I feel like what I do and how I bring it to the table, editing, promoting, how I run all the social medias, combination. I'm not saying I'm the best broadcaster or the best editor or the best set designer or the best lighter or the best lens. I'm not saying I'm the best composer. I'm saying all that put together, I think you're getting a high quality product here. I just don't have the eyes yet. And that's what keeps me going. Like, I'm confident that once I get eyes, people will stay. And so far, I've been doing this for a year and a half consistently, and people stay. That belief is what I've instilled in myself. I've never had that before. So I wanted to show you what that looked like. Me being myself. Just think about all the situations you're going to find yourself in the future where you're with a friend, and instead of you just checking that person or standing your ground, you just let them run over you for peace. How many of y'all got a relationship like that? You just let certain people run over you or do disrespectful things or say slick shit that you would normally check for peace because it goes with the flow of life. Start cutting in them bitches. That's what I did all last year. I started putting my foot down, and all my smooth comfortableness that I was with just going it's hard lefts, hard right. I was just like, woo, okay. This is like the rough waters before you get to the calm sea. It's like, I can, at any time I can go back and not stand on my word or not stand on my actions. But I've been standing on shit. When you start standing on shit, it's going to get tough for you, but you're going to be more clear. So you're going to have to make that decision basically. Like, am I going to make a decision for myself, the betterment of myself, or everybody else? There's fair points on each side. Being a man of the people is great. Influential, inspiring, but also being a man of himself, selfish with his time and what he's doing, that motherfucker's driven too. So it's fair points on each side. You just decide where you want to be comfortable at. And that's my wrap on that. Thank you for listening. If you want to hear full audio only episodes, you can go to whogottheaux.com. Check me out on YouTube for all these episodes and way more other content. I got over 300 videos in the library and counting. Who Got the Aux Media on YouTube. You can catch me on Threads now, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Who Got the Aux, one word, and Twitter if you're still there, Who Got the Aux _. And I will see y'all at the next episode. I'm out.